Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my live stream from over here in Magaluf today. I'm just going to show you where I am. We had a sunny start this morning. I can't believe it. The cloud has come down. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my live stream from over here in Magaluf. I'm not expecting many on today. It is Black Friday weekend. I'm guessing you're all out and about shopping, but I want to show you what Magaluf is like out of season. And I was hoping to show you some sunshine, but as I said, got a little bit of clouds coming down today. But before we go any further, I want to say a big thank you to Tommy, to James, and to Robin over in Saintfield in Ireland for your super chats. And before we go any further as well, I also want to wish Callum a very happy birthday for Thursday. I think that's the 4th of December. I think I'm right. Callum, have an amazing day. But anyway, let's get this live stream underway. I'm going to show you where I am. I'm going to show you the good news first, because there's nothing worse than wandering around a load of really empty resorts and not seeing any life. I'm going to see a little bit of deadness in this video, but look, I'm outside of Leo's and this is open. Got plenty of people out having a few drinks, which is quite nice. Let me just pan the camera around. You can see where I am. I'm right outside the House of Kathmandu, and also the La Villa shopping centre, which is also open as well. Well, some of it is. The shoe shop isn't open today, but there is a little trickle of life bustling through Magaluf this Sunday afternoon. Got a few people out having a few drinks, a few coffees, a little bit of lunch. And I'm going to show you as well, this is one of the best places. If you're new to my channel, I make videos from over here in Mallorca. I've got loads of guides. During the summer, I've got loads of live streams and holiday tips, but this is probably your best one, actually. And this is the Teddy store here. And it's a little bit like the old pound shop that used to have back in the UK, where things really are for €1. In fact, you've got things from even 20 cents in here. It's fantastic value, and they've got all the Christmas decorations as well from just €1. Loads of like hobby craft stuff. If you're over here with kids in the summer, you've got to come in here. It's absolutely brilliant. They do all the summer gear in the summer months, obviously, like inflatables and lilos. Right round the back here as well, we've got Madame Cabra. It's a restaurant. I won't go around there just yet, but that's also open over the winter. But you've got another little nice bakery down here too. And all of this is right in front of the House of Kathmandu attraction over here in Magaluf. Right, let's keep walking along, because I'm just coming down the side of Aldi supermarket, which is also open on the Sunday as well, which is quite surprising considering that most things are closed on the Sunday. Not today though, not today for this particular Sunday. We do have shopping centres open in Majorca today. Let's cross over the road. I'm going to go into the chat as well. Let's see who we've got on today. Now, I'm already going to say hello to Linda and Paul. I know you're going to be watching, if not now, I know you're going to be watching later on. Who have we got in this afternoon? Neil, good afternoon from sunny Belfast. Lovely to have you here. John from Belfast, good afternoon. Jim, hello. You've been able to turn off your heating. What's going on over there? You've got a heat wave. Catherine, hello. You're watching from chilly Cheshire. I hope the weather's improved a bit over there, I have to say. Gilly, the sun is out, but it's freezing in Rugby. That's West Midlands, isn't it? I'll tell you what, we have had some pretty cold days over here in Mallorca, and I know you guys are gonna say it's not quite as cold here as it is where you are, but we do get the humidity over here, and when we do get 16, 17 degrees, it's so cold, and I'm actually freezing. I've left my gloves in the car, which I'm kind of regretting, but it's a bit hard to use the camera without. Oh look, we do have a break-in over here in the Kathmandu theme park. We've got one of the cats. Cats are taking over Mallorca in the absence of you guys. And actually, as I was coming into Magaluf this afternoon, over at the number 8 roundabout, as you come into Magaluf, there were some roosters and chickens. So chickens do tend to take over Mallorca in the absence of you guys all heading home after the summer season. So what we're going to do in this video, I'm going to take you through the back of the resort. We're going to talk a little bit about Magaluf here. We're going to head on down the back. We're going to come down the beach as well, because I haven't been down the far end of the beach for quite a while. We're going to go and take a look at the far end of the beach where they're doing phase 2 of the renovations. We're going to come back up on ourselves and go up half of the strip and down towards the Hotel Tage and go and see what state that's in, if there's anything left of it or not, and see where they are on that. So then we'll loop right back again. So that's going to be my walking route today, fingers crossed. And fingers crossed the signal is okay. I haven't checked with you actually if the sound's okay. Let me just have a quick look. If someone can just say sound okay in the chat, I would appreciate it very much. Mr. Slater, good afternoon in Cardiff. Who else have we got? Leanne watching in the freezing, oh, I can't pronounce it. Glen Gormley, where's that? Is that Scotland? It sounds like it's in Scotland. Sound okay, brilliant. I hope the picture's okay. If anything happens with the picture, I'll try and get the signal back. And worst case, I'll try and start a new stream. But I really appreciate you guys joining me this afternoon from what is a very, very fresh Magaluf. But let's just have a very quick look down here. Is there anything open now? I do know that a lot of the business here on Calle, is this Galeo? Try to stay open into November, but I think the dancing crook right at the very end, I know that was having a little bit of a break. It might well open up again in December, but it is looking very, very quiet over here. Glen Morley is in Northern Ireland, thank you for that. Just see a question at the bottom here. Are there a lot of things open over there? No, is the easy answer there. We saw most of what was open actually right in the opening seconds of the video, and we'll see as we go around if there is anything else open here as we roll on into December. Speaking of which, hold on, I can see a few people down there. Maybe we might have somewhere open down that way, possibly. Speaking of which, Mallorca in December, I'm just finishing off editing my Mallorca in December video. If you're coming over here for a festive break or you're coming over here for Christmas, I've got all the dates of everything happening, all the markets opening, all the remaining Christmas light switch-ons taking place as well. And that will come out later on today. I will put that video out as soon as I get home. Look at this, look, I'm standing right outside the BCM here and the Hotel Samos. One thing I didn't include in my update actually is if there's going to be a New Year's or Christmas Eve party on over here in BCM this year, quite possibly. They do sometimes do a Christmas party, but then you're not going to have any of these bars open, and they do tend to ship people in from outside of the resort, but that's one thing I didn't check out. You can find out on their website though. Tim, you're saying Palma would be nice to see at this time of year. It will be, and in my video today coming out, I've let you know everything that's going on the island if you are planning a festive break. But coming up in the next couple of weeks as we roll on into December, I'm going to have my Christmas content coming out, and that's really going to be for armchair travellers as well, because I know many of you, although you do come on holiday to Mallorca during the summer, you don't come out at Christmas, and I'm sure you'd like to see what it's like. So I'm just going to have some really nice videos coming out from Palma and from wherever else I may be on the island as well, looking at Christmas over here. So it kind of feels like you've kind of travelled over here without actually having to get the flight. But information wise, I've just got one video with everything you need in it, and like I said, that's going to be coming out today. Fingers crossed. But look, this really does give you an idea of just the difference between summer and winter over here in the resorts, and Magaluf is such an iconic resort over here for many reasons. But look at it in the winter, and if you have a look on YouTube and you see what Benidorm is like now and how they've managed to to keep Benidorm open and running throughout the winter months, and I believe it's quite busy and bustling. We are missing, hang on a second, where are we even? I mean, my goodness me, look. The amount of renovations that are taking place here, this looks like this whole unit here is going to be ripped down, quite possibly. Stephen, hello, I can see you're in the chat, and I wonder if you're watching with Sandra as well. It's 6 degrees and sunny in Stockport, and you've just been outside washing your car. What is going on over here? It looks, this is Sinkies, this is, isn't it? It looks like they're doing some major changes to this area. I mean, it looks like they're pulling down this whole area too. We do need a refurb over here on this side of Magaluf, and this, I can barely recognise it as well. Linda and Paul, you're going to know exactly where I am. I'm right outside of Benny Hills here, but goodness me. It's bleaker than bleak can be. This video is going to pick up in just a moment. A couple of minutes, we'll be down on the beach, and it's going to look a lot lovelier, I can guarantee you. But I can hear, gosh, there's a really busy restaurant down the corner here, look. Well, they've put all the tarpaulin down here over Benny Hills. Around the corner, this is where the party is at this afternoon, and it's going to be, I know exactly where we are, look. So look, we're walking into what looks like some roadworks taking place down here in Magaluf. They've got the diggers out on the pavements. But today at the Europe International Restaurant, it is packed. It's a shame this lady's right outside. It doesn't look like I'm filming her, but let's just walk by. It's absolutely ram-packed with people. Can I zoom in just so you can get an idea? Let's have a look. Can you see the people in there? It's rammed. Every table is taken. And of course, these are all going to be locals over here having Sunday lunch. Can't believe it. Goodness me. This is the place to come if you are over in Magaluf. I'm not sure if that place is open every single day of the week either, but the Europe International, it's a Spanish restaurant. They do a lot of Spanish food in there. You won't get your English breakfast, but that is open. It looks like people have come in from far and wide from the Calvia area to go for lunch there, so it must also have a really good reputation. Now that's a surprise. Didn't expect to see that today. Alan, hello. Hello from sunny Southend-on-Sea. Good afternoon. I believe that's quite an up-and-coming area down in on the southeast coast of the UK. Tim, you just got back from New York this week and it's very Christmassy. Oh, I'd love to see New York at Christmas. That'd be amazing. Claire, you're absolutely right. It's a shame it can't be open all year. Although, saying that, it is it's pretty cold today. And I've said it in my Mallorca in December video as well. We seem to have had quite a cold autumn, much colder than in previous years. Maybe it's just me, but it does seem to have felt a lot colder in the past few weeks than the weather we normally have at this time of year. And I suspect that if they had opened, people wouldn't really be sitting out in the bars and the restaurants in the same way like you would do in the summer, and especially because you're not really in the sun down in these bars here. It would feel very uncomfortable. But look, there's another restaurant open here, look. This one here in the corner. Just seen some people, look, they're all sitting at the front there. I can't believe it too. JB Restaurant. That is also open. It's got quite a few people inside. They do, and I'm actually outside the menu here. They do fish dishes, meat dishes, kind of a little bit of Spanishy food, a little bit of tapasy stuff. So obviously serving the people that live in the area. Now we are walking through a very, very empty and what looks like a completely dead Magaluf. Look, you can probably get a better view there, look. People inside. Well, we are walking through a very empty and dead Magaluf. Don't forget, many of these buildings here, like up in front of me, this weird kind of like skyscrapery building that looks like it could blow down in the breeze. And we've got loads of residents living here, so of course they all need somewhere to have Sunday lunch, they need somewhere to eat. So we are going to find sporadic places open, but nothing obviously like on the scale that we see during the summer. And I've just come back by actually the whole Melia complex here. You can just see the corner of the upside, the sky rooftop swimming pool, I should say. Admin Anne from the Facebook group is on the live this afternoon. And you're saying it's a fantastic restaurant. You're talking about the Europe one, aren't you? I'm pretty sure you are. It's a great Spanish restaurant, and Anne, I know you've been there. Diane, good afternoon. It's a sunny 10 degrees in Bournemouth. I should keep quiet about the 17 we've got today. And Tim, yes, without the sunshine, it does look so different. It's really annoying actually, because I was debating whether to do my Christmas live stream in Palma, and I thought, do you know what? It is still November, and I really am not a fan of Christmas in November at all. So I'm going to hang out for probably next weekend for that one. There's no rush because the lights are going to be on until the 6th of January, and I did think we're going to get some blue sky over here today. Also as well, I wanted to make sure that the Christmas market, if you watch my Monday Island update, there's one Christmas market over in Palma, the Safashina Christmas market, that hadn't opened up, and they were still building the stalls last Monday. Before I go and do any kind of live stream, I want to make sure it's actually up and running as well. So we had a little bit of a delayed start on Christmas. I thought it more important today to try and get out my Mallorca in December video, which will be out later on the channel. And look, we've got a few other places open over here. Look, Bar Mo's is open. They've got some sunshine up on the terrace as well. You can see, look, I'm over by the Sol Guadalupe. I've got the tent Mojito Suites right up ahead of me. And just coming around the roundabout here, you're going to know, if you're a regular, you're going to know exactly where I am. Look, I've got the Britannia pub here to my left. I've got the very popular piano bar here as well to my right, and Nikki Beach. If we keep heading up this road, here as well, we've got Calavinas, kind of merges into, but we're going to head on down onto the beach. Let's go and get some nice sea views. And the great thing about this time of year is that we can actually walk along the beach as well. But look how quiet it is. And actually, for a Sunday, it's actually quite busy. I say looking out onto a roundabout, seeing one person walking down the street. Anyway, let's keep going, let's keep going. Now normally, I'm just going to turn the camera back round on me. Just got some people walking towards us. It looked like I'm filming them otherwise, so I just filmed myself. But anyway, normally during the summer, this area here, as we come down the side of Nikki Beach, we hear the boom, boom, boom of the music from Nikki Beach, very fashionable beach club. But today, all we're going to hear is complete silence. And the water, even though it's a little bit on the grey side, it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Now I think we do have some weather coming in this evening. It's going to creep its way down from the northeast over Alcudia way a little bit later on today. And this is why we've got this little build-up of cloud here, which we're going to see. Look at this, look. How pretty is that? So as we come on down to Magaluf Beach here, we're just over at Calvia Beach South at our far end. And to my right hand side here, look, we've got Nicky Beach. I can't do this in the summer. Let's have a quick nosy over the side. I don't know what they're doing here. Obviously upgrading the property in some way. Now look, we do have a little bit of blue sky. There is a little bit of blue sky here. Over here in Magaluf this afternoon. And do you know what? I may even have to take my coat off as we head on down. Sunglasses are going to have to go on though. It's getting a little bit bright down here. Just go down to the water's edge and get some views down the beach. Now, I remember last year we had all the beach renovations going on down this side of Magaluf Beach, and it was, and now it's the turn of the second half of the beach. And what a shame we don't have turquoise waters over here, look. Just give you some lovely views. Michael, good afternoon from sunny but cold Leeds. Yes, don't forget to also hype the video as well. I know it's a bit hard to hype a video at this time of year. Guys, I really appreciate everyone that's come onto the stream this afternoon to watch. I'm glad to say we do have over 100 viewers, and like I said, I'm very sorry that we don't have the lovely blue skies that we normally get over here. Lyndon, it'll be so weird to see what a usually sunny paradise is with Christmas decorations. Exactly. And it feels like no minute have all the holiday makers gone right at the end of the summer season, and then suddenly they're digging out the decorations and the trees have gone up. It's so bizarre. But look over here, look, we still have some beds and beach umbrellas out. Now we are going to walk down the beach, but we're going to walk down the second half of it because we're going to have a nosy at what's going on down in the second half. It looks like they've just pulled up the decking, the boardwalks from over here. The base that you're going to, on the second half of the beach, they're going to kind of make it match this side. We've got this lovely new pathway here running along the beach side. It's a lot wider, a lot flatter. Looks very, very nice. The dunes are taking off nicely, as we can see. There'll be a forest down here by next summer. My goodness, it is quiet. Carl, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Jimmy, do you know what, I missed your message a bit further back. You said, is the Fiesta Hotel still there where I am now? I don't think it is. I think it's probably going to be called something else. Let me have a think. The Fiesta. I think it's going to be called something else now. Maybe somebody can help me out in the live stream with that. I cannot recall the Fiesta Hotel down that side. I think it's changed names. But look, we're outside of the, just to show you where we are bar-wise, we're outside the Ancla Verde. Gosh, it is quiet. But look, they have held out until the end of November with some of the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas on the beaches. It's quite incredible. And as I said over in Palmanova the other day, in my video all about how the budget's going to affect your holidays, the UK budget, how it's going to affect your holidays and us expats. I saw that they were taking up some of the final remaining beach beds and sun umbrellas, and I'm wondering whether they're going to do the same down here. They've left like one line of them, but it's not really sunbathing weather. I do remember years in the past actually where we had some very nice temperatures in December, and I'm wondering whether we'll get them again. It doesn't look good actually, but we may well be treated to the odd nice day down here. And if we are, I'm going to the beach, definitely. A couple of winters ago I think we had highs of 23 degrees. It was lovely. But look, there's a little bit of take-up. I can see somebody on one of them actually. Can't say I blame him really. Diane, good afternoon. I hope your house move has gone really well. You're saying it looks nice and quiet and would really suit you. Tell you what, it is a very different time of year to visit somewhere like Magaluf or any of the resorts. But as we've seen in this video, there are places open. But look, there's just nobody here. Look, I'm outside of Tom Brown's here that have taken down all the awnings that normally, the sun shaders and the umbrellas they normally have up during the summer. Everything's been stocked up inside, piled up inside. Now, interestingly, the dunes don't look quite as high over here as they do, but do they have? I think they have. I think they have. They've got a terrace here, like an upstairs terrace, I think. Do they? Quite possibly. Brian, you're saying the specials could make a new video of the ghost town using Magaluf in winter. They could. It's so good. I'm literally, look, apart from one guy there, I am literally the only person here. Don't know why I'm whispering actually. It's not like I'm going to disturb anybody, but so quiet. I'm kind of surprised as well actually, because even though we are in almost December, right at the end of November, it is it's still quite nice to come down here for a walk. Lee, how are you doing? Lee, I hope yourself and Kerry and Vivian are doing well. And hello from Imogen Grace. Imogen, make sure you get some pocket money off your granddad as well. Make sure you go and ask him. Got Christmas coming up. Anyways, look, they've even left the lifeguard tower. They've even left the disability area here. And I can't believe this. I remember in years gone by, actually, I have complained about the fact that no boardwalks have been left down on the beaches in the winter months, and they have left them over here in Magaluf, and I do think it is fantastic, because just because the majority of people go back, there's no reason why you can't leave a boardwalk and a little bit of accessibility here on the beaches, and they have done it. Look, there are some people as well on the sunbeds, which is brilliant. Yeah, Lee, I hope you are doing well. Hope you're gearing up for Christmas. I'm gonna have to lose the coat. I can't believe I'm saying this. I've been absolutely freezing all week, and it just goes to show actually. Let me just put my gimbal thingy down here. Look, I'll just give you some nice views. Chat amongst yourselves. I'm just going to take my coat off because although it has been absolutely freezing cold for the majority of the week, and the temperature will drop later as well. And although it looks like it's grey and gloomy today, with the sun out, it is actually quite nice. Oh, I'm just going to tie it around my waist. What am I doing? Let's get on the way. Nobody go anywhere. We're going to go and check out the Tage, and we're going to go and check out the renovations on the far side of the beach. That's better. But still, look, nobody, pretty much nobody around. As Diane said, this is a fantastic time to visit. Anybody complaining about the summer being busy and there being too many people on the beaches? Look, come in winter. And there's only people down here today because it's a Sunday too. I've been down weekdays over the winter and literally been the only person out here, so yes, there are a smattering of people. Oh, we've got, is that Doug watching from Whitley Bay? 6 degrees and sunny. I remember the days when I used to live in the UK. I lived in Newcastle, and every Sunday I'd go to the beach, one of the beaches, be it Tynemouth, Whitley Bay, Druidge Bay, or head up the coast towards like Bamborough Castle. And I just remember how cold it used to be. I used to see lots of people pulling up in the Whitley Bay car park in their cars, taking out a flask of coffee and not getting out of their car, and I can understand that now, because I think I'm at the age now I'd probably do the same thing, because I remember it being so cold. Oh, I can see a comment here, look, from The Baby Chef saying, do I recommend coming in January? Well, January is a great month to visit. Anne and I were saying this the other day, and from the Facebook group, it can be a really lovely month to visit, and sometimes the days start to get a little bit longer. However, you are going to see somewhere like Magaluf still looking exactly like this. But again, coming over to Palma, you're going to find plenty open. We'll have the sales on as well, so you can get lots of shopping done. Got a few festivals as well. I will have a video all about Mallorca in January and what you've got to look forward to with all the key dates, but we have a huge festival that takes place, I think it's on the, is it the 19th, 19th of January. We've got the Corre Foc, which is the whole running of the fires thing going on as well. But everything's going to pretty much look like it is over here at the moment. Daniel, it's not too bad. I've just taken my coat off. You're saying, I bet it's cold there now. It's not actually, it's not too bad. It's about 17 degrees. The coat is now around my waist, so I'm risking it. Should we go and get some views? Let's go and get some views down there, down the beach. We've got this nice, lovely jetty now. This is part of the renovations from last year, which got finalised in the summer. It's very much a welcome addition to Magaluf Beach. It beats the old rickety beach that we had here before. But look, the sun is trying to come back out again. Oh my goodness. Can I see dunes being created at the far end of the beach? Please no. I think we've got enough dunage on the beach as it is. And my favourite area of the beach actually is this side here. I normally do my Monday update, my islands update, every few weeks from that side of the beach. And it's not going to look as picturesque with the whole forest appearing in front of it, if that's what they decide to do. But we're going to take a look in just a second. We've got some fishermen out today. There's only people down here. Let me just show you the side of the beach. Now look, as I'm coming down here, you can almost see the sun at 2:36 over here in Mallorca at the moment, 1:36 UK time. Feels like it's starting to go down already. I literally cannot wait till we get to about end of March, when the clocks start going forwards again and we've got longer days. I cannot wait. I'm just not keen on this weather at all, or the lack of daylight. I'm sure you guys feel pretty much the same. I can't complain. I think you get much. Look, you get much darker days up north in Europe. Is someone going to run into the sea? That'd be great to see today. But Faith, hello. Look, you're saying I holidayed in Magaluf in January, many moons below. It was brilliant. It appealed to me, to the anti-social side of you. And look at the beach as well. I mean, this is what you get to enjoy, and you're going to get at this time of year some really lovely weather. I mean, it is really nice. I could even because I've got a jumper on as well, I could almost lose the jumper too at the moment. Oh my goodness, I've just been super chatted by Roman. Thank you so much. Loads of positive energy from gloomy Denmark. Oh, bless you. Do you know what? I can't complain actually about the darkness that we have in these months, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot darker in Denmark. But look, the sun is trying its hardest here to come out over here in Magaluf. And just in time as well. Look, we're going to keep on heading on down the beach. We're going to go and see what's going on. And I can see a subscriber here saying, your username is Fish Tigre, super sunny here in Guernsey. Is it warm though? Is it warm in Guernsey? Let's keep walking around. You can see how far actually the water has come in on the beach, which is quite unusual actually. You can see the tide line here, and we don't really have a tide over here in the Med, but it has at some points washed up a little bit. Sure, it feels very thundery. Look, up ahead of us, I think this is pretty much almost blue skies. It's going to be about as blue as it's going to get today. But You can feel there's some kind of weather rolling in. And look, we're just looking at the side of Magaluf strip here. You can see the slingshot out there in the distance, all wrapped up in plastic for the winter too. I believe we've got more changes coming over on Magaluf strip for next summer too. I'm going to try and find out some more information about it and let you guys know. Anyway, let's go and join the walkway, and we're going to head on actually down to the beach and go and see what's going on. So just peeking down the side here, look, where Temple and Stereo are, right at the bottom of the strip. I'm not going to walk down that way today, but look how quiet it is. Goodness me. It's always quiet here on the Sunday anyway. It's the least busy resort on the Sunday. I did make a video about it during the summer. If you want to see what Magaluf Beach is like during the summer, go and check out that video. But with all the other beaches being very, very busy, there's always loads of room down here because the beach it's enormous, it's huge. But even down here, look, we can see we've got something open, and it's the Chiringuito. I'm wondering how much longer this is going to stay open too. This may well be the last day actually, quite possibly. Just see a super yacht as well out. Is that a super yacht? Looks like half a super yacht in the distance coming down across the water. But it looks like they're taking down the rest of the poles and the umbrellas down this side of the beach too. Now, last time I was down here, I did hear some drilling going on at Blackbeard's. I think they're also making improvements over here too. But look at this little Chiringuito here, look, right at the side of a building site. Now, we are going to get down onto the beach, but they're using this whole area here, the square, the Jacques Sasson square between Oceans and Blackbeard's. They're using it as a building site, keeping all the building materials here. But it's actually quite nice to hear some music. It's quite nice to see people sitting out in the sun, in t-shirts. And I might have to lose the jumper as well, as I said. Let's have a quick look in front of Oceans here, look, before I jump over the wall. They've kind of fenced this little bit off, probably just to leave it free for all the building machinery. Oh, look, this doesn't look good. Look, it looks like, I don't know what they're doing. They're obviously going to be widening the walkway, which looks fantastic, but it doesn't bode well for anyone who's not really a fan of the dunes. Let me just get around this fence here. Look, check this out, look. I see somebody in the water up ahead. Somebody has gone in the water. They've gone in the water. But look, just to show you what's going on here. Goodness me, what a difference to just a couple of weeks ago. They've not waited at all to basically turn this whole area into kind of a similar building site that we had last year on the other side of Magaluf. The absolute beauty of coming down here today, though, is that they haven't got the diggers out, haven't got the dust either blowing. Let's just take a little bit of a walk a little bit further down. Now, I know that last year they kind of improved the drainage down here as well. I hope that's all they're going to do, and they're not going to put any more dunes in. But I suspect we're going to get more dunes, and that's going to maybe in some cases cause a little bit of a problem for some of the bars down here. And do you know what, there's no shortcut either. I was going to nip up these steps here, but I can't get over. This was open a few weeks ago. But you're going to see how, if this is going to be the dune area here, you're going to see how it's going to make this side of the beach a little bit thinner. Let me know in comments what you think about that. Once again, I'm going to hold my opinion until we see the outcome of it. Let's see what it really looks like. Oh dear, Richard, you're saying it looks just like Stoke. We'll be heading to Stoke on our holidays. Only the fact that it's dead. What's this? I can see EasyJet are changing flights to Mallorca next May from 10:25 until 5:30 a.m. Can you let me know which airport that is? Who's asked that question there? McGrath or somebody. I can't read your name. Let me know which airport that is. Not happy about that. That's not really good. Tim, it's such a shame they've spoiled a lovely beach. Sometimes, you know, I mean, is it necessary? I mean, this, in my opinion, was just the nicest part of, one of the nicest parts of Mallorca, having this big swathe of sand here and the lovely turquoise blue sea. I mean, I don't know. Anne, you're commenting about January. Anne's saying as well, just going back to whether Mallorca is a nice month to visit in January, Anne says, Mallorca, January is fab, as Alex says. Sales are on as a massive San Sebastian festival. Got the Three Kings as well visiting, forgot all about that too, on the night of the 5th. Weather-wise, often have lunch outside. Can't ask for more really. December's normally nice as well, so I'm a little bit hopeful that we're going to have some nice weather over here in December, but as we can see here, look, people down on the beach. So just looking at the front here, look, I really hope they're going to cut back on the amount of dunes that we have down here. Why fix something that isn't broken? But anyway, if you've got the money, you're going to do it, and they have, and they will. Anyway, should we go and take a look at the Hotel Tage? I'm going to have to double back now, a little bit further down, because I think I'm going to have to go up by the side of Blackbeard's to get down onto the strip. Give you some nice sea views here. The sand down here is just wonderful. It's so powdery. I'm literally disappearing into it. It's a little bit hard to walk along. Stephen, you're saying EasyJet have cancelled Monday morning flights from Manchester. What's going on? This is absolutely rubbish. Oh, and we're seeing that flight time change was from Belfast International Airport. That is absolutely rubbish. Because obviously when you book flights, you're booking the time of the flight, and that's super important. The difference between flying from 10:30 in the morning when you have to be at the airport for 8:30 is going to be a little bit different from flying at 5:30 in the morning and having to be at the airport at 3:30, because you're going to feel absolutely terrible for the entire day. And for that reason as well, this Christmas we're actually flying back through Gatwick Airport, because I don't want to take that 7 a.m. flight through Bristol. I literally cannot bear it. Can't bear it because I never sleep the night before, and it just means that getting a few more hours sleep for another extra hour or so's driving. But let's see how that works out in a few weeks. Don't forget to follow me on my journey through the airports this winter. I'll bring you all up to date with what's going on with the EES, how busy it is, what the whole procedure's like, what it's like arriving back here in Spain too. God, I've really got the music on down here. It's fantastic. Let me just get past. Let's get back onto the boardwalk, and I'll just climb over the wall. Right, just bear with me. Now, how are we going to get onto the strip this afternoon? Let's go and have a look. See if I can get out this way. Is that boarded up too, though? Walking around a very boarded up, under repair Magaluf, and the changes, as you can see down here, really are considerable. Goodness me. I wonder what they're going to do next year. Are we going to see this area free of any renovations? Sorry, Blackbeards, I'm just coming through your terrace area here. As you know, in the summer they've got tables and benches. It's kind of like the party area in Blackbeards. But look, wonder what else that they're going to do to this resort next year. How much more money they're going to get to improve it. We shall see. Stay tuned to the channel. So I think we're going to see pretty much what we saw earlier on in this video as we came up through the centre of Magaluf. We're going to see Magaluf Strip looking equally dead, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to see very much open apart from, I'm guessing, the 3 lions at the top. Caroline, hello from a very sunny Sussex. And you're late, don't worry about it. I think this is the earliest live stream I've done from over here in Mallorca for this season anyway. I thought I'd get down here just an hour earlier, just to get the best of the light. As it happens, the live stream started off a little bit cloudy, but the sun does seem to be coming out a little bit more now. But look, I really am the only person down here. There's literally nobody here. It's so quiet. And we had, if you go back and look at my videos from the summer, you'll see how busy it was. We've got big residential blocks here to my left-hand side, but there's still nobody really around here. Stokesy, I fly to the Alua Calles de Mallorca resort next year on the 27th of July, and you're looking forward to it. What a great time of year to visit. It's going to be scorching. You're going to absolutely love it if you're after some sunshine, some nice temperatures. You're going to have a fab time over there. God, the only thing I can hear are birds, like chirping in the trees. I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but what a sight today. And that they really did close off this access route. I could kind of sneak through a couple of weeks ago. Yes, Max, I'm in very much the ghost town of Magaluf here. We're coming up Magaluf Strip. I haven't even had a car coming up behind me either. Normally I'm dodging taxis or cars. But look, as I look back here, looking down from Galaxy here, actually I say that a car's now going to come up the strip, but I am practically the only person over here today. So it'll be very interesting to find out what exactly they are going to be renovating over here on Magaluf Strip this winter. I thought we might see some evidence of it today, but we haven't really. I'll tell you what, some places do look like they need some serious renovation over here. Look, coming up towards Lennon's. And I can hear some life a little bit further ahead too. Why not go? Here's a good question. I love this question. Why not go to other areas of the island rather than film in a dead resort? I was going to film my Palma Christmas lights video today, but I didn't because it was still in November. I wanted to keep it until December. I live just up the road here from Magaluf, so I don't actually have time to drive to other areas of the island today. I've got quite a lot on at the moment, bizarrely, for the end of November. Also, I haven't been to Magaluf for a few weeks, and I know I've got several viewers that want to see what's going on renovations-wise on the beach, and also to the Hotel Tage, which I'm going to head to in just a second. But right in front of me here, look, we've got the Three Lions. And also you're going to find all the other holiday resorts are pretty much like this at the moment. If I went to Alcudia and I walked around Alcudia, that would be dead. We have no busy resorts, and the only place that's really busy at the moment is going to be Palma and the shopping centres. So I've got plenty of Palma content coming out in the coming weeks on the channel, but this is the best I could do today, basically. And as I said, just to give you a glimpse at what somewhere normally so busy and one of the top holiday resorts over here looks like in the winter months. Oh, Robert, I can see here. Yes, I can just see Linda. Yes, the Three Lions was open. Linda, fingers crossed for Paul Hay. I'm sure he'll get lined up with some extra work, and I'm pretty sure we'll see you guys back here in May too. Robert, you're saying you're trying a different part of Mallorca. Next year you're heading over to Palmanova. Fantastic, you're going to love it, so I don't think you'll be disappointed. But where do you normally go? Let me know where you normally go to. But yeah, unfortunately, everywhere on the islands is looking pretty much like this. And when you take away the 20 million visitors we've had this year, you're going to be left with the, I don't know, like 900,000 residents. And this is what Mallorca looks like without tourism, basically. Oh, please go to the big market, one of my favourites at Christmas. Which one's that? Is that, we've got quite a few markets in Palma. I'm going to be out and about, I'm going to be filming those because I'm going to be in Palma quite a bit over December. I will be filming all the markets and doing some nice bits of content for, as I said, you armchair travellers. You won't be coming out to Mallorca over Christmas. But look, we have news, and that is that the rest of the Tage has come down. Check this out, look. I'm just looking behind me, and I'm pretty sure from the Cook's Hotel as well, look, just behind me here, we've got the Vista Salt and the Cook's Hotel. Some of those lower floored rooms now are going to get some lovely sea views over Palmanova. But look, they've managed to bring down the top of the building as well without having to, by the looks of it, pull down the Prince William pub with it, which is quite amazing. John, you are saying you've booked your September 2026 holiday in Puerto Poyensa in May, and you had lots of time to check out flights. You'd say that more than 50% of them leave at around 6 AM from Belfast. What a shame. That's going to be an early morning for you. But then if you're coming over here on holiday, you'll have plenty of days to get over a slightly longer trip or an early trip. Now look, on previous Sundays I've seen the El Mundo restaurant open. Look, they've not opened today. I think their last day open would have been last Sunday, quite possibly. But look, that's it, it's down. The whole of the Tage is now down, which means I'm guessing that the Prince William may well be opening up soon. We've got EastEnders pub open at the moment, helping out the Prince William. Look, they've managed to keep the roof as well, which is incredible. Goodness me. So So you may well see this opening up in a few weeks, who knows. Should we finish this on Palmanova, on the end of St Matis Beach? I'm sure you'd like to see a few views from there. Come on, we'll go AWOL, because otherwise I'm just showing the same part of Magaluf. Let's just have a quick look. Let's go head on down the side. We'll finish off at the point here. Just coming down by Pepe's Bikes. I think they do stay open. They open some days over the winter. They're not open today, but I'm sure I've seen the bikes going down the side. Anyway, come on, let's quickly just have a quick look at the beach. As we're so close to it, we may as well. I think we've got a few more people on the beach down here actually. Let's have a look. We've got some Sunday beach goers. I think they're Americans. Let me stand up on the wall here. So we've got a few dog walkers out over here in Palmanova. I'm just like right at the end of the jetty. I'm just going to pan the camera around. Would love to see the St Matis as we're going to Palmanova in July next year, and you're staying in the Globales Mimosa. Well, this is St Matis Beach here, which is looking a little bit like Magaluf Beach, a little bit less sunny, I'd say, today. I think Magaluf does take the edge on having a little bit of afternoon winter sunshine, I have to say, but it's still looking pretty nice. Peter, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining, hey. I really, really appreciate it. Robert, you're saying you've got room for another visit as well in August. Any suggestions? Depends whether you can, if price is an issue or if availability. Availability is going to be the main issue actually for August. I would recommend in August, I find places like Porto Poyensa to be maybe a shade cooler. I don't know why, it just kind of is. Brett, it's glorious in Exmouth in Devon today. Fantastic. Linda, you're saying the Prince William pub will be relieved. What does that mean? Does it mean it should be reopening, hey? Another comment, in Calamalor, what's the area like where the Sabina Playa Hotel is located? Do you know what? I can't think where that hotel is. I'm gonna have to be honest. I'll have to look that one up. Remind me, because I'll be over Calamalor way, probably in January now. I don't think I'm going to head on over to that side of the island now before Christmas. And yes, all my Christmas content will be coming out very, very soon. Do I have any other questions? Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll just put that there so I haven't got my face right up at the camera. Can't think of anything worse. Thank you very much for joining me this kind of sunny-ish Sunday afternoon over here in Magaluf, and just finishing off the video over here on St Matis Beach in Palmanova. Look out for my Mallorca in December video coming out later on today. It's got all the information about markets, what's going on in Mallorca during the month of December, what you've got to look forward to if you're coming out for a festive break. And as we go on through the month of December, I'm going to bring you some lovely videos from Palma, looking at the lights, looking at the markets, looking at everything else that's going on. And I may pop out to somewhere else on the island on a sunny day as well. Put your suggestions in the comments. Let me know where you'd like me to go. And I may pop out to somewhere else on the islands. But in the meantime, guys, have an amazing Sunday wherever you're watching in the world. And I just had these lads talking to me as well going by. That's actually quite funny. I do feel a right idiot sometimes doing this, I've got to say. Anyway, everyone watching this video, guys, have an amazing Sunday from wherever you're watching in the world. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.